Welcome to the Soul Warrior Network. This week's topic is how fear lowers your frequency and prevents us from moving forward. Everything is created twice. When we give something a thought and attention, it becomes a life force. With enough life force, it becomes a spirit. This is called creation. Fear can stop us from moving forward in the direction of our dreams and desires. Join Jeffrey Wilson as he facilitates clearings that keep us from moving forward. What is fear? Why is it so ingrained in us? How does it stop us from moving forward? My procrastination, which has held me back, was born of fear. Now I know to conquer fear, I must always act without hesitation, and the flutters in my heart will vanish. Now I know that action reduces the lion of terror. I will walk where failure fears to walk. Og Mandino. So without further delay, thank you, Jeff.
You really think and believe that millions of evolved souls would say yes to come to Earth just to die in a totalitarian new world order? Absolutely not. We came to flip this world upside down, back to its original state and more. We came here for the new Earth, for world peace, for the immortal golden age, for a new Eden. We came here for nothing less than to send a wave of light and love across the universe, signaling the birth of a new order of divine justice, peace, compassion, and love. Keep in mind how powerful you really are. And so when you're bombarded by false evidence appearing real and it creates your controlled reality, you need to shift from this. You need to consciously shift from this. And what you fear shall come upon you. Energy follows thought. Energy follows thought. So if you're thinking in response to this controlled reality, you're creating more of this controlled reality. If you expect the worst, you're likely to get it. Pessimists are seldom disappointed. So if you just put a sticky note that says energy follows thought, pessimists are seldom disappointed. That'll go a long way in changing your life. And then many possible futures and what we expect has a lot to do with which future we get. What we expect. Okay? Be the one at choice in your life. And that choice is to create your reality. You don't create the bombs that are going off in Ukraine. You're not creating the idiots in DC making stupid decisions, or you're not creating, you don't create that stuff. You know, that's a new age bullshit that you create reality. You're sitting there manifesting the world. No, you're not. There's 7 billion of you sitting on this planet. There's 7 billion people creating this world. And there's a few of them have a little bit more power to create BS and other things in the world. And so take back the creation of your reality. One, these are some tools for you. One is to give thanks for the best possible outcome of any challenging situation. So you're in a challenging situation, you're having a rough day or a rough week or a rough month or whatever, give thanks for the best possible outcome of a challenging situation. Because at some level, no matter what happens, it will serve you. If it doesn't go your way, you'll get stronger. If it does go your way, you'll learn lessons how to avoid this in the future. So if you're in a challenging situation, give thanks for the best possible outcome. Okay. Number 2, every morning, give thanks for being at the right place at the right time. Because if you woke up this morning, if you wake up tomorrow morning, the Creator got you up, Spirit got you up, and you got another day, another crack at it. So you need to be thankful every morning. Give thanks for being at the right place at the right time. Because this is a school. This earth is a school, and you came here to learn. And you don't learn passively, or you don't learn by just sitting in your chair. You learn by being put into stressful situations, whether they're physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual. And then that increases your capacity at the physical, mental, emotional, spiritual levels. And then you learn from that and grow from there. And you just keep growing and growing and growing. This is Earth School. You came here to participate in Earth School. So give thanks for being at the right place at the right time, because I guarantee you your high self and your guides and so forth have gotten you there. Now it's up to you to manage it. Number 3, make the decision that you live in a friendly universe. The most important decision you will ever make is whether you live in a friendly or an unfriendly universe. You live in a friendly or an unfriendly universe. I think it was Einstein who's quoted that. I don't recall exactly, but it was. I know even Wayne Dyer went down that path and talked quite a bit about this. But the most important decision is, do I live in a friendly or an unfriendly universe? Because whatever you decide, you got it. You got it. You know, I promise you that one. So make the decision you live in a friendly universe and everything works in your favor. Number 4, and this is the big one. Be for something rather than against something. Be for something rather than against something. Mother Teresa, she was invited to many, many protests. And she used to say, well, when you instead of having a protest against the war or protest against famine or whatever, let me know when you have a protest or a rally for peace or a rally for everybody being fed. And she had that very clear, to being not to be for something versus against something. Because when you manifest, the universe doesn't hear a negative. Let's get a good example. I know. You could be sitting there thinking, oh, creator of all that is, take away this cancer, or take this cancer from my body. And there are better examples than this, but this is just what comes to my head first. But really what it should be, make my body healthy, raise my vibration so high that cancer cannot exist in my body. That's really where you want to go. You want a positive, you want for something, not against something. Okay. All right, so there's your tools. I gave you some words of warning, how to deal with fear, and I'm giving you 4 tools. Energetic implants. And I'm telling you what this is, in most people, is when you confront their current view of reality, when you show them evidence of a different world or a different way of being. They don't want that. This fear implant with programming kicks in and they turn on you, and they'll be angry at you for even suggesting what you suggested, or even telling them what you just told them. They will be angry as hell at you for that. And that's a fear implant getting triggered. So, in that time, if that should happen to you, just back off. You've planted a seed. You've spoken your piece. You've spoken your truth, and forgive them for what they do, for they know not what they do. It's okay. It's completely okay. Just leave them alone. You planted your seed. All right. So I'm going to go back to The Art of Living. I love this book. There we go. And this kind of wraps up everything. What I want you to remember as I read this last piece is that if you take nothing else away from this presentation tonight, is that you are powerful beyond measure. People sit there and, they go through sessions with me, or I do group work or whatever. And it's like, I'm nothing special, folks. I just have a passion for this work, and I find it fascinating, and that drives me to do more research and study. But what I do, you can do also and more. And I give you some tools tonight to do so. How we showed Crystal how to do using her pendulum and transmute negative energy in her environment into positive energy. The Ho'oponopono prayer, that will do the same thing. Just sit there and recite that prayer, keeping in mind what you're dealing with, who you're dealing with, the situation you're dealing with, the circumstances that you're facing. So keep in mind how powerful you really are. And so when you're bombarded by false evidence appearing real, and it creates your controlled reality, you need to shift from this. You need to consciously shift from this. And what you fear shall come upon you. Energy follows thought. Energy follows thought. So if you're thinking in response to this controlled reality, you're creating more of this controlled reality. If you expect the worst, you're likely to get it. Pessimists are seldom disappointed. So if you just put a sticky note that says energy follows thought, pessimists are seldom disappointed, that'll go a long way in changing your life. And then many possible futures, and what we expect has a lot to do with which future we get. What we expect. Okay. All right. This is called caretake this moment. And now what we're talking about is this red circle right here. This is where life happens. This moment that we're all together tonight. This is the only place life happens. The past is a memory. The future is a dream. This is the only moment you have, is right here, right now. That's why it's called the present, because it is a present. Never to be duplicated. Tomorrow when you wake up, I want you to have the attitude, this is a brand new baby day. It's never existed before, and it will never exist again. And I have one opportunity to make the most of this day. And then, so keep that in mind. Caretake this moment. Immerse yourself in its particulars. Respond to this person, this challenge, this deed. Quit the evasions. Stop giving yourself needless trouble. It is time to really live, to fully inhabit the situation you happen to be in now. You are not some disinterested bystander. Participate. Exert yourself. Respect your partnership with Providence. Ask yourself often, how may I perform this particular deed such that it would be consistent with and acceptable to divine will? Heed the answer and get to work. When your doors are shut and your room is dark, you are not alone. The will of nature is within you, as your natural genius is within. Listen to its important tunings. Follow its directives. As concerns the art of living, the material is your own life. No great thing is created suddenly. There must be time. Give your best and always be kind. I love you all. Thank you so much for coming back and being in this group. We look forward to the month of March. We got some great clearings planned as we proceed, and they all build on each other. So I'll see you next week, and have a great week. Much love, peace and blessings to all of you.
Love and blessings.